Fifth graders, it is time for some rounding review. Make sure you have a sheet of paper out and ready to rock and roll. I'm not going to show you how to do it this time. You should know how to do it. The first one, round to the nearest tenth. Find the tenth place. Look at the number to the right. It tells you what to do, to round up or round down, and then write your answer. Pause the video. All right. Round to the nearest tenth. The 0 is in the tenth place. The 7 tells me what to do. The 7 is 5 or greater. That means I round up. The 0 becomes a 1. My answer and your answer, 513 and 1/10. The rest of these numbers disappear. The next one. Round to the nearest hundredth. Find the hundredth place. Look at the number to the right. Round up or round down. Pause the video. All right. Round to the nearest hundredth. The 8 is in the hundredth place. I must look to the number to the right, which is the 6. The 6 tells me to round up because it is 5 or higher. That means the 8 becomes a 9. My answer is 72 and 49 hundredths. Everything after the hundredth place disappears. Okay? Just like in the one we did, everything after the 10th place. If I'm rounding to the 10th place, it disappears. All right, the next one. Round to the nearest 1,000. Find the 1,000th place. Look at the number to the right. It tells you what to do. Pause the video. All right. Rounding to the nearest 1,000th place. 3 is in the 1,000th place. I must look at the 6, the number to the right. It tells me to round up because 5 and greater, you round up. 4 and less, you round down. That means the number would say the same. But this 6 makes this 3 go up to a 4. My answer is 1,567 and 154 thousandths. This 10,000th place disappears because I'm rounding to the 1,000th place. You should have got all of those right. Now, rounding to the nearest whole number. Find the whole number place, which is the ones place. Look at the number to the right. Get it done. Pause the video. All right. The 6 is in the ones place. I look at the 7. It tells me to round up because it is 5 or greater. My answer is 37. All right? All of those was rounding up. So let's just do one for practice, rounding to the nearest whole number for rounding down. Let's try 38 and 437 thousandths. Round that number to the nearest whole number just like before. Pause the video. All right. 8 is in the ones place. The 4 tells me what to do. It tells me to round down. When I round down, the number stays the same. So my answer is 38. Do not forget that. When you round down, the number stays the same. All right. Learning something new. 9 is the enemy. 9 is the enemy because it makes you have to do extra work. Listen, on all these numbers, we're going to be rounding the 9. When you round the number 9 up, you will have to round the next number over to the left up 1. When you round the number 9 down, it stays the same, like all numbers do. This 9, I want to round it. The 6 tells me what to do. It tells me to round up. If I round 9 up 1, it becomes 10. Okay? That means this becomes a 0, and I carry the 1. 4 plus 1 is 5. My answer is 35. 6 rounds the 9 up 1. Up 1 from 9 is 10. I can't put a 10 right here. I carry 1 and add it to the next place. 4 plus 1 is 5. So really this is 35 decimal 0, but you don't have to put decimal 0. Just 35 is fine. I'm going to show you one more, then you're going to try. Look very carefully. 205 and 195 thousandths. I want to round the 9. I look to the right. The 5 tells me to round up. If I round 9 up, it becomes 10. That means this becomes a 0. I carry the 1. 1 plus 1 is 2. My answer is 205 and 2 tenths. There we have it. You try. I'll leave that one there for an example. Pause the video and round that 9. All right. The 7 tells me what to do. It tells me to round up. If I round 9 up, it becomes 10. The 9 becomes a 0. I add 1 to the 2. It becomes a 3. My answer is 30. You try this one. Round the underlined 9. Pause the video. All right. I look to the right. The 8 tells me to round the 9 up. The 9 becomes 10. Becomes a 0. I carry the 1. I add 1 to 3. My answer is 140. All these decimal places disappear. All right, last one. Round that one, the underlined 9. Pause the video. All right. The 9. I look to the right at the 4. The 4 tells me to round down. See, I tried to trick you here. This is just regular rounding down. My answer is 79. Not 80. Because the 4 told me to round down. That means the 9 stays the same. You only add it and make it a 10 when you round up. Always be careful. Don't just start rounding up every time you see a 9. Make sure you look very carefully at the digit next to it. There you have it, little 5th graders. 9 is the enemy. Make sure you pay very close attention when you see 9s that you have to round. And pay very close attention to the number next to it, whether or not you round up or you round down. If you round down, the 9 stays a 9. If you round up, you have to add 1 to the next highest place above the 9. Don't forget, 9 is the enemy. Now, I'm about to do a backflip.